It was definitely nice. It was nice to get our first win, and it was nice to, see the ball moving around and us playing together as a team. We've been kind of stagnant lately, not throwing it to the bigger guys in the post and stuff like that. So it was just nice to see all of us move the ball around, and then it led to easy buckets on our end.
And definitely, and kind of branching off that, Mike, for you, to really get those, those post touches down inside that I know that, I'm sure that you've wanted, I guess overall, how did you feel about your game today, and how did you kind of feel about that offensive consistency down low?
Yeah, I just got to be patient. We got a new group, so like we don't really have the chemistry. So like they're trying to get the ball in, so like it's frustrating, but I know like they're trying to do the right thing. So like we're just building off each game. And yeah, today was an example of that, how we practice getting the ball in, and I guess it's on display today.
Question I have for either of you guys, your first home game. I know you all were supposed to play at home the 31st to open the year, but to actually, play at home and play at home with empty bleachers, I mean, how weird was that for you guys? And I guess how cool was it too?
It's weird, obviously, playing last year here with all the fans, however many fans are here, a couple thousand, however many it is. I mean, it's weird, but I feel like once the game gets going and we start getting in the flow of things, I feel like us creating our own energies kind of good as well.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely harder to stay encouraged and stuff like that. But whenever our teammates are clapping and we're all rooting for each other, it makes it a lot easier. It's a little different for me because I really don't know what it's like here with all the fans and stuff like that. So every game's kind of the same this year as we're playing in front of nobody. And they had a couple people at Georgia, but besides that, I've kind of been used to playing against nobody.
And then for
They stayed some shit. They didn't play in front of nobody over there either. So ain't really no difference.
This is a question for Michael and Kyle. From the very beginning, it looked like you guys had some chemistry work, and I know, Kyle, you kind of assisted Michael a couple times and vice versa. What's that chemistry been like for you two guys in particular so far this year?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I'm redshirted, so I kind of know where Kyle knows, like, where he gets the ball, like, where he likes to get it. And us playing together in practice a lot has really built that chemistry. So I think practice and just me being around Kyle has helped that a lot.
Yeah, I agree with everything he said right there.
No disrespect to Yellowstone or anything like that, but is it hard to go from, a team like Yellowstone that you come in expecting to get a win or something like that, and then you go to a Pac-12 school like Washington? How do you keep that preparation the same and just kind of the same mindset and take a win into next week?
I would say coming into this game, we were making sure that we don't want to take any opponent lightly. We want to come in with the same mentality every game. So we didn't really look at this game differently, obviously knowing that the win was kind of in our favor with this one. We kind of treat every game the same, and now we got to move on and get prepared for Washington. What
can you say about your guys' defensive effort? Obviously, everyone looks at the 102, but, to hold them to 42 points, were you happy with your performance? And if so, what did you guys do correct today?
I think our defense as a whole has been great. Today, we kind of want to keep them under 40, but we were around that mark. We got a little things we got to fix, but overall, our defense from where we started even a month ago has been way better. It's been drastically better. So I'm happy where we're at on defense. We still got to get better, though.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You can add to that if you want, Cam.
Oh, no, I was saying I agree with him. I think, because it's a lot of new dudes and stuff like that, so the defensive principles are a little bit different. But I think, what he said from a month ago to 2 months ago to even a week ago, our defense has definitely stepped up.
Cool.
Is that it? You guys good?
Yeah, I got a couple. Mike, what's the biggest difference between playing a game like this and playing a game like you did on Tuesday against Georgia?
The biggest difference, I would say, probably just the level of competition. I mean, we're different is they're an SEC team and they're what are they, NAIA. So yeah, their defense was pretty tough too. They're a pretty good defensive team over in Georgia. So, and they're really athletic. They crash the boards a lot too. So I think that's the biggest difference.
And I would say
go ahead.
Besides their big man, the only player the big man that was guarding me was 6'8". Everyone else was under 6'4".
Cam, did you feel like the offensive execution was better today? I mean, did you feel more comfortable just the way you guys were able to get into your offense and things like that?
Oh yeah, I definitely did, and I feel like it was because we had stops. Like once we get stops, I think we're a really good team when we're out on the break. But when we're letting teams score, like other teams that we play against score, it's kind of hard to get those easy transition buckets or kind of push the pace a little bit because we're always stopping or someone's always taking the ball out. So I would say the execution, and then just as focusing on screens and where we're going to get the ball, and then just letting people work out from there.
Kyle, rebounding, what do you think you guys did well rebounding? I think you out-rebounded them by 40. Obviously, that's a point of emphasis, but does this teach you like just kind of the basics of how you guys can go about attacking that element of the game?
Yeah, for sure. Coach has harped a lot in the past week or so on us getting rebounds, us bigs getting rebounds, and also the guards getting back in there to help rebound as well. That's one of our main focuses right now is rebounding, so we got to keep that up.
Get the ball.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Gotta go get it off the rim.
Yeah, Coach Travis has definitely been on us about getting the ball and rebounding and getting loose balls and stuff like that. So today was a good transition, I guess.
All right. Is that good for the players?
One last question. I know Kyle, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, you were saying on Zoom that one of the big things for you guys is, that you want to gel together more as a team to build that chemistry. And I know you guys have touched on that already, but how much more comfortable do you guys feel as a unit? Like, how much more do you guys feel like you've gelled together, especially just given the way today went?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting there. I mean, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Just realizing each other's tendencies and things like that, and then just trusting Coach with his play calls and not just having the ball stick. Just keep moving it.
Yep, I completely agree. I think you'll see in a couple of weeks we're gonna be a completely different team, and then by the end of the league we'll be even much better than that. I think it just builds over time. Like chemistry, you can't rush it. It's just gonna gel over time.
I agree too. And I feel like because of COVID and we weren't allowed to have any scrimmages, and then we have to take breaks off if we're in quarantine and stuff like that. So especially as a new group, it was hard at first to kind of know what everyone likes to do and what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing. But now that we've gotten these couple games under our belt, I think that it's getting a lot easier, and we kind of know where people like it and what to do.
Coach, obviously, I know you guys added this game within the past week, sooner than you guys were supposed to play your season opener, but to be at home and get that first win, how much momentum does that give you guys moving forward for the rest of the year?
We'll see. I think the biggest thing was just an opportunity for us to get better and to realize the areas that we've gotten better. I thought we were showing improvement in Southern Utah games from game 1 to game 2 as we came out of the USC game, but the results didn't show that. And so for a team to have confidence, you need to see that you have more points than your opponent on the screen from time to time. And we just really needed that at the end.
And obviously being at Dahlberg with no fans, empty stands and all that, how weird was that, just seeing that, and how have you guys adjusted to that just so far in the year with no fans in the bleachers?
We're getting used to that. Even with Georgia and Southern Utah having fans, it was just very few people there. So same feeling, closed door scrimmage feeling, really. I think with the people we did have, from, the Adams Center workers to our statisticians and scoreboard people, we probably had the same numbers that we saw at Southern Utah. So no different. It's quiet. I think now everyone's starting to get used to that, even because we see it on TV so much.
What are the two biggest takeaways you could say from this game, positive and negative? Something you thought the team did really well and improved on, and something maybe you still need to work on?
The way we shared the ball. For us to go out and have over 20 assists was important. Our trust in one another to make plays and make good decisions is a huge area of growth for us moving forward. And I think we took some steps in the right direction today. Defensively, finishing off possessions, I thought we improved in that area. And to out-rebound your opponent the way we did was huge. But I'd like to see us pursue the ball better. And I think we've got to continue to improve in that regard if we're gonna be able to out-rebound bigger teams.
kind of bouncing off of that a little bit, a lot of possessions, a lot of opportunities to run through some of those plays. How nice was simply to have a lot of the ability to go through a bunch of different possessions, a lot of different plays.
No, it's huge. We've it's hard because in practice you're splitting the team in half, and so you got a group that doesn't get a chance to just get a lot of reps together. And with it, we had guys raise their hand if they had missed practice due to injury. We only have 3 guys that haven't missed a stretch of practices, and so it's just been a long stretch of not really having the ability to create any kind of chemistry. And today was an opportunity to do that.
And then, obviously not, as many fouls as we had in the past, but, to be able to keep those same lineups on the floor, it's something that you mentioned before that, that's something you were looking for. How nice is that to be able to have, give those guys some run?
Huge. First time able to do that. Even, in the Southern Utah games, we had some foul trouble and guys had to come out, and still with no DJ on the floor. It's been tough on us to continue to grow and develop as a unit because he's a big part of what we're going to do. But we're in the right direction and we're excited about it.
Coach, you said yesterday, you talked about really wanting to start to figure out the lineups and, kind of narrow down those rotations. How do you kind of feel today helped in doing that?
We figured it out. We really tightened up the rotation. We basically went with the group that played the most minutes for the most part against Georgia. And it's a tight group. It's not a lot of bodies. We still have some other guys that will rotate in, but I think we've got a 6-7 man unit that has the ability to be successful if we can continue to grow together.
Listening to you on the pregame with Riley, I heard your stated goals for the team. So then to determine what those are, then have them execute those goals. Is that something that's transferable? That's something that you can build upon?
Correct. The biggest one, assist to turnover ratio, is huge. And then the defensive rebounding. We went back and looked at some stats over the years, and we're giving up 14 offensive rebounds right now. That you can't win that way. And 8 is really been about the average for us with our previous 6 seasons. So holding teams under 10 is huge, and it's usually a game time goal. And if we can get back to that, then I think that we've progressed on the defensive side of the ball in terms of finishing off possessions. So if we're taking care of the ball and getting good shots, and then we're ending possessions for the defense with rebounds, then we're headed in the right direction.
I thought it was interesting when you were talking about the guys competing for spots rather than trying to cultivate chemistry. When do you turn the page on that element? I mean, when does it become more about the chemistry of the team rather than fighting for playing time?
When I settle on a lineup. It's very difficult to do without settling, because when guys don't know what their role is, they're trying to create one for themselves as opposed to win games. And this week is the first week we've had where really it's 2 days we've had where it's now all about the chemistry and not trying to find a way to get on the floor.
Did you feel like the guys were looser because of that?
Definitely. And we've had some conversations, some heart to hearts, and you always got to have those when you come to that point about, okay, here's where we're at. What are you going to do with it? And here's what we need from you. What do you need from me? And they had, some guys have had an opportunity to voice what they needed. And so now we're all on the same page. So now we can grow. And it's just unfortunate that we weren't able to do that in November.
Touching on players in particular, Michael Steadman didn't quite have the best game against Georgia a few days ago, but looked really hot right out the gate today. What was working for Michael today?
Well, I think he was playing possession by possession as opposed to trying to get everything in one possession, if that makes sense to you. But I think he was just way more patient. Now, against Georgia, we didn't work with Steadman very well. And what I mean is they were fronting him. They were sagging on the weak side. They did not want that ball in there. And they felt like keeping him from getting the ball was a way to beat us. And we just didn't do a good enough job of moving from side to side and using the other 4 as weapons as well. We kind of held the ball and got stagnant. And, like I say, our chemistry just wasn't where it needed to be to play through that.